Hi, my name is Andy Totman. The title of the work is Garden Treasures. And the reason why I chose that title is because it's sort of walking into a magical garden or walking into a childhood memory and finding treasures along the way, sort of like Christmas Day or Easter morning, and seeing what comes along and what you find along the way. My normal background or practice is as a printmaker. So I deal with metal plates and printing onto paper and things like that. But this is sort of a transfer or a change from what I've been doing. Still dealing with metal plates, but making them into an object that's going to be forming around something that's found in nature. So the rocks, the boulders. And then I've actually added some marks into that. So there's other treasures within inside of it. So there's objects, there's leaves, feathers that have been sort of molded or folded into it. So it has a different look or a different sort of magical treasure that you might find along the way. Since I was a child, art was something I was able to do. I became good at it. I was able to respond to all the different objects I was wanting to depict, and it became my voice. As an artist, you speak with what you create, and I speak often with that. I'm generally the person that's a little bit more quiet when I'm in the room, but my artwork actually says everything I wanted to say. It's a different environment. It's dealing with things that are living and growing, things that are changing, and the elements, nature, and then the audience that comes into the site. And I guess the other part that is a nice sort of special moment is the creatures that come and visit, the birds, the reptiles, and just anything that sort of comes in contact with the artwork. So I've used aluminum, brass, and copper. They're natural in what they are in their form. They're pliable, they're beautiful in themselves. I want them to add to the environment. So there's something that, almost like a new dress or a new jacket, adding to it and changing it, but not changing what the object is. So I was letting the rock stay as a rock or the boulder as a boulder, but actually changing into a new outfit. Then they will mellow or they will age with time as well. So I wanted them to change as the 6 months of the exhibit sort of continued. And so when it's a hot day, it'll have a different feel and look. A rainy day, it will feel different as well. When there's a crowd of people in front of it, it will have a different reflection, or a cloudy day. And so that all those will impact upon the nature of the object, and they actually will change and have a new voice every time it's sort of in front of you. Traditionally, my work doesn't have the challenge of dealing with the external space. I generally deal with galleries and museums, and I'm displaying my works. So being out in nature, it's been many years since I actually have set up a show outdoors. Bringing the objects into the space has to be practical to be able to come into the space, being able to manageable to deal with it individually. And so I did it on my own, and I did that as a challenge in a way, but it was a fun thing to do. But I would say in setting up the exhibition, it's the weather itself. So planning for a good day, working around a wet day, and then coming back and fine-tuning what might need to be changed with the indulgence of weather that we've had as late. Dealing with the space of the Daffodil Garden, the Cancer Council space, I've put a few of their daffodils within the work, so good luck finding those. They're small, but have a look. I chose the space because of the Cancer Council. I chose it because of the Daffodil Garden. I wanted it to be something that was a peaceful place. It was a beautiful spot. And I wanted it to be a place of remembrance. I wanted it to be a place of thought. And I wanted it to be a place of remembering good things and the positive things about nature and life.